First, let me start by telling you what I am not going to tell you today. I am not going to tell you that one-to-one programs are the magic fix that everyone has been waiting for on their own. I am not going to tell you that it is an effortless transition. I am not even going to tell you that you should run out right now and buy devices for all of your students tomorrow. What I am going to tell you is some costs of not going one-to-one. So while it is not the magic fix, we can't buy a device, hand it to our student, and snap, we've got high test scores. But we know that computers have revolutionized every other aspect of our society, and education is no different from that. So if used correctly, it can change the way that we teach our students. So some of the costs of not going one-to-one, let's start with their future. Their future careers and even their personal lives are affected by technology. If we don't teach them how to use these effectively, we are not setting them up for success in their future. Their banking in the future is going to be on a computer or other technology device. Their shopping is probably going to always be offered on a technology. We need to teach them how to use these effectively and how to be productive on these devices as opposed to just using them in a fun or maybe a game sense. Laptops offer the potential for students in classrooms right now to see the real work of mathematicians, scientists, composers. Computers are integral to the world of our students, so we have an obligation to build on the skills, the interests, and the attitudes that they're already bringing to us. Second, let's talk about textbooks. Many schools are going to online textbooks. Many are even going away from textbooks altogether. There's a school in Louisiana that I looked at that became a one-to-one school. The next year they threw away their math textbooks. In that same year they saw dramatic increases in their student outcomes. There are schools all over having these same results. This is not an isolated incident. Next, let's talk about using the same curriculum over and over. Don't we want our teachers to be innovative and come up with new and effective ways to teach our students and connect with them? If we continue to use the same curriculum and don't open up the ability to use this technology, then we're not allowing our teachers to be those innovative educators that we want them to be. In my own school, I have heard teachers say, why would I spend the time to come up with this great, wonderful project if I get to school and I don't know that I'm going to have the computers to use with my student? It is not an effective use of my time to develop a program if I don't know that I'm going to be able to use it. We need to have that capability for our students or we are inhibiting their learning. Let's talk about financials just a little bit. We put some money into technology already. Every school has an allocation for that. I can talk for my school. We have a computer lab that almost no one uses. It hurts me to walk by this computer lab that is stationary and sitting there because it's not effective for us to have a lab where we have to get a class up, move to the lab, use it for 5 minutes, and then go back. It is not worth the time walking there and back. Very rarely do we need it for the entire period of time. Maybe we do, and then it's a great source, but wouldn't it be better if we had that computer in the classroom for them to use in anywhere where it's mobile so they can take it to where the learning needs to happen, including their homes? What about those students who don't have technology at home and don't have the capability to learn how to use it effectively? So no, I am not going to tell you it's the magic answer on its own. Teachers and educators need support. They need to learn how to use it effectively so it can increase our student outcomes. We cannot just hand a student a computer and automatically assume that they're going to do better. We have to teach them. We are still the educator. We still have to guide and support them, which means that we need guidance and support. We need someone to come in and say, how do I use this technology? How can I use this to create a project that I would never previously been able to do without it? And no, it is not effortless. We don't want it to be effortless. We want teachers to put time and effort into these new and innovative techniques that are going to improve our student achievement. We want to put effort into it. We want our teachers to put effort, and we want our students to put effort forward. And no, I'm going to tell you, don't run out and buy them just tomorrow, okay? Do the research. Find out a way that can support teachers. Make sure that you've got a plan in place, that all teachers have the support they need, that they have the information that they need, because we'll have teachers that tomorrow would be wonderfully effective and they could use it and go. And we'll have teachers that are going to need more support than that, but they all need something, and we have to be prepared for that before we just say, here's a computer for each student, go. Tony Wagner says we have reached an innovation era. And in order for students to be successful in their future, they need to be able to critically think, to collaborate, to creatively solve their problems. And a one-to-one program that effectively supports their students and teachers allows for that innovation and creativity that they need in their future. Computer fluent students shift from being the consumers of knowledge to the producers of knowledge. They share with each other. They can peer-to-peer edit their programs. They can share with people across the room and across the country. It allows for them to produce that knowledge and other creative expressions. Schools have been going one-to-one for 15 years. Computers have been in schools for over 30 years. We owe it to students to close the digital divide and expand their learning opportunities. We can't afford to sacrifice another generation of students. So what is the cost of not going one-to-one? You tell me. Thank you.